One of the things we learn from is the content of presentations. Another thing we learn from is the example of presentations. When I was convention chair of NSA back in 1982, I and my committee took it upon ourselves to make everything we did that year an example, a teaching example. If we messed something up, we were going to showcase the mess up so people could understand what made it mess up and so forth. If we succeeded, we wanted to highlight the successes for them so that they would see how they too could succeed like that. One of the elements that we encounter in our meetings all the time, regardless of the field that we're involved in, is the transition of leadership in various organizations. And now's the time of year when NSA, Greater Los Angeles chapter, does that transition. And happily, we have an abundance of presidents in the room, including an incoming president who's sitting as president-elect of the National Speakers Association, who can add an official touch to this that would go beyond our normal process. And our outgoing president, our current president, not even outgoing until he gets up here, Gary Hankins. Ladies and gentlemen, thank him for a good year. Gary Hankins, thank you so much for a great job.
Well, thank you, and it's been, as I was saying earlier, it's been a real team effort, and we've had a tremendous year. I told you that at the outset, one of the things that we were focusing on was think different. And Ron, by the way, I do know that it is think differently. However, Apple would see it different, and it caused all of us to look at the way we are growing our chapter in a different way, in a more expansive way. And I've told you about the 10 times culture that we created, and it was the board who did that. And I want you to be sure to thank them as you leave the room. And at this moment, I'm going to call them to the front of the room to personally thank them and to provide them with a gift. So if you'll indulge us here for a couple of moments. There's a book that was written by, not by, but about Steve Jobs, his biography. Perhaps some of you have read that. I'll recommend it to you if you have not. It's all about thinking differently. And so I'm happy to give each of our outgoing board members a copy of this book. Abe Carnow, come on down. And just stay right up here, Abe. Abe is our outgoing treasurer, and thank you, Abe, for a wonderful job. Also, as I mentioned to you earlier, our immediate, now past president, Liz DeClifford, who is in the room. Liz, thank you for another fabulous year. We really appreciate it and enjoy that. And also, our incoming president, Kevin Graham. Please welcome Kevin and thank him. Thank you, Kevin. And think differently, yes. And our MC, Jim Cathcart. Jim, thank you so much for a fabulous, fabulous year. Enjoy that. Thank you. And then our Vice President, Dave Rolander. Please congratulate Dave and thank him. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. And all of us have worked hard. All of these young folks at the front of the room have worked hard, but perhaps none other than an individual I'm going to describe to you now in the chapter who has been involved in the leadership of the chapter for some 3, 4, 5, 6 years now, and has worked harder than any person, I think all of us would agree, could ever have imagined. It's a young lady. She's actually standing here in the front of the room, and she's our Member of the Year, Liz DeClifford. And such as us, you're welcome. Thank you again, Board of Directors. And now, I'm going to pass this back to our MC, and we're going to continue on with the new induction of the new board.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Once again, Gary Hankins. Excellent year, Gary. Thank you for your service. And now I'd like to turn it over to someone who's got way more authority than I do. From the headquarters of the National Speakers Association, the board of directors, the president-elect, the soon-to-be grand poobah of all professional speaking on earth, Ron Culberson. Woo!
Just before I get into the formality of it, if I could have the new board come up, please, the members of the new board of directors to come on up and just stand up here with me. Somebody asked me one time, why would you want to be president of NSA? And I will be very honest with you that this is not something that I sought out. I'm one of those people that have determined that a gift that I have is to work on committees and lead and chair boards and those kind of things. I do it in my volunteer life. And so I'm the guy that became a committee member that then ended up being the chair. And it was not by design, it was by my feeling that perhaps I could serve in that way. And so I'm very humbled, first of all, to be in this role, to come in as president of NSA, and my hope is that it will serve the organization. I said sort of jokingly to someone that I start in 48 days, so get the canned goods into the fallout shelter now, if you know what's good for you. But and then somebody says, well, what's your vision? What do you see? And I got to tell you, my vision is to serve. And my goal is that 1 year from now, we have an organization both nationally and on the chapter level that people cannot not belong to. That it is so good and provides so much value to the people that we serve that you have to be a member of this organization. That's my vision. And so the NSA board has strategically decided that what we're going to try to do over the next year is to enhance the value of what we're doing. We have reorganized some of the staffing to be in alignment with this vision and the strategic plan. We're focusing on chapters. We want chapters to be stronger. We want them to be more integrated with the national organization, the national conferences, the national programs and services, so that we are all one NSA and doing a great job for our members. The second thing we want to do is we want to get out there and find the people that need to be a part of this organization. We have a new marketing directive. We have a new marketing person on staff. We're going to go out there and not only find the people that deserve to be in this organization and would benefit from it, but also do a better job of informing those of you that are members what we have to offer you so that we can get you what it is that you need and to support you with your business. We're also going to enhance our technology. We've been a little bit behind in really doing cutting edge technology, both in the way that we communicate, the way that we provide services, and also the way that we support our members. So we're going to enhance in those areas. And then a couple of other things that we really want to strive for. But ultimately, my team of people, which will involve all the committee chairs and all the leaders of the different events for the next year, they've been charged with doing two things. One is to come from a place of service. This is not about them. This is not about their role as a chair. This is not their moment in the spotlight. It's their moment to serve. And if they serve the members with the ultimate goal that the member is who we are here for, I believe that we'll have a successful year. So it is with that spirit and that direction that I also charge this board to serve you as a chapter. And so today we're going to conduct the inauguration ceremony for those who will comprise the 2012-2013 leadership team for GLAC's National Speakers Association chapter. Here are the people that will be in this role. Immediate past president will be Gary Hankins. Continuing on the board will be Jim Cathcart. Newly elected board members for 2 years, Tom Oser and Don Grimes. Other directors are Liz DeClifford, Abraham Carnow, and Ed Pohl. So not everybody's here. So, ladies and gentlemen, and Gary, just kidding. You have been elected or appointed to positions on the board of directors of Greater Los Angeles chapter of the National Speakers Association. Along with this honor comes responsibility, which will require your dedication and willingness to lead the members of this organization. Although you will have many opportunities to lead, you must also follow and support your president and the needs and the desires of the members. Please raise your right hand and answer "I do" to the following questions. Do you promise to uphold the National Speakers Association Code of Professional Ethics with honesty and integrity? Do you pledge to work with your fellow board members in harmony for the good of the membership of the Greater Los Angeles chapter of the National Speakers Association? I do. Do you also promise to invest your time, your energy, and your expertise and work diligently to serve the members of the Greater Los Angeles chapter of the National Speakers Association? I do. Now answer "I will" to the following. Will you commit to attend and contribute to the board meetings and be absent from them only when absolutely necessary? And will you address the needs and desires of the members to promote excellence and professionalism? With the power invested in me as the President-elect of the National Association of Speakers, National Speakers Association, and the President of the Susan Day Fan Club of the Greater DC Area Chapter, I now present you with your 2012-2013 Board of Directors.
Thank you, Ron.
Wait, not done yet. Don't you start till you're officially installed. We look like we love enthusiasm, but this is my time. All right, so now please join me in welcoming your new president, Kevin Graham. Kevin, I'm going to ask you some questions, and you will answer with "I will." So raise your right hand. Will you lead the board of directors with understanding, strength, courage, integrity, and trust? Will you also devote your time, energy, and creativity to this chapter as part of your duty as the leader and to serve as a strong role model for the members? With power invested in me, with no real true power, I present to you your 2012-2013 President of the Greater Los Angeles Chapter of the National Speakers Association, Kevin Graham. Congratulations.
Is he done? I'm kidding. Ron, that was excellent, and we're thrilled to have you continue in our tradition of having the incoming NSA president be a part of our June meeting. Last year it was Laura Stackle, a phenomenal meeting, and next year we have Ron Carr booked, who will be your successor. Board, thank you very much in advance for all your hard work. I appreciate it very much. You're welcome to have a seat. I will have a couple comments I want to make real quick. It is an honor to lead this group. It really is. I know my mother would be proud. God rest her soul. She always knew I had a career in public speaking. I can still picture her to this day leaning over the car seat yelling at us three kids and specifically saying to me, "Your mouth runs like the clappering of a duck's ass." I took it as a compliment. We're here to grow this business, and the spirit of Cabot is alive and well in this chapter. And Liz, thank you for your service, and thank you for the rest of the board members. And I especially want to thank Gary Hankins for your support and for your partnership and your continued commitment to the success of this group, because you will be a steer for me as well as other board members. It is very important. I have a gift for you. Actually, I have two gifts, which is kind of code that means neither gift is really good enough, but come on up. First of all, I got you two front row seats to the MLS Cup champion Los Angeles Galaxy, including David Beckham. So right down the street, which, by the way, you may know this, their head coach Bruce Arena brought a couple national championships to the Cavaliers in Virginia. And we have a paperweight to help you remember all the work that you've done. Thank you, Gary. We are professional speakers. Members in this chapter range from Santa Barbara all the way to San Diego and beyond, serving an endless slew of industries and speaking on just about every topic imaginable. As Terry said earlier, it's just amazing, the diversity. We serve a large and diverse market. Most of us reside in this market, and I think sometimes we take it for granted. Did you know that California is the 10th largest economy in the world? I know it used to be higher. We've slipped a little bit, but 10th is still pretty high. In the LA region, these 5 counties in our backyard, the neighborhoods we all live in, touts over 21 million people. And that same region represents the equivalent of the 15th largest economy in the world. Just in our own backyard, the 15th largest economy in the world, ahead of countries like South Korea. We have an amazing opportunity here. Now, as your incoming president, I'm not going to make a lot of promises, mostly because you've already elected me. But I do want to share some of our goals for this year. One, we're going to redo the website with a focus on professionalism and quality, and the hope to make it a destination for finding speakers in the region. Two, we're going to have premium events. Hall of Fame speakers, celebrity speakers that will draw you back. And we've got 2 Hall of Famers scheduled just in the next 90 days. 3, we're going to market beyond our list. Our marketing for the last period of years maybe has pretty much been to our own lists. And we have an opportunity to raise our profile in the region by getting our message and our opportunity of meetings out to business leaders and community leaders and people who are speaking that, for whatever reason, have never heard of NSA. And we're going to hopefully make that transition this year. 4, we're going to expand the Pro Speak Academy and do a better job of marketing that, and to help take some of our reliance on auctions down a little bit, which I think will be nice to some degree. And 5, we're going to have some workshops that will allow you to roll up your sleeves to build your brand instead of sometimes just sitting and listening. And some of you have asked for that, and I hope you'll see value in how we hope to have it structured. You've already met the team that's going to accomplish that and work hard to get it done. We want more support. I mentioned Pro Speak Academy. Let me ask you this. Raise your hand if you have a product or service that would be valuable to the student speakers in our speaking school. I believe that we've been cheating ourselves as well as our students by not making that more visible to them. I would suspect that of the hands that went up, most of our students at PSA are unaware that's out there. So I want to work on that. I want you to connect with me if you have things of value to our Pro Speak Academy student base so that we can make that available to them in the future. And I also want to recruit you for an advisory or educational committee so we can help take that program forward. There's an awful lot of people in this region trying to become speakers, and we need to do a better job of making Pro Speak Academy visible to them. Liz and Gideon have great heritage with it. Gary is the dean this year, and it's a program that we're going to continue to grow. Now, you've already discovered I'm not the best speaker in the world. Heck, I'm probably not even the top 5 speaker in this corner of the room. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to help drive us forward. Professionally, I serve as Managing Director of Empowered Sales Training. We offer custom programs for sales success. Empowerment, to me, is about having power and authority over something. It's also about having a strong vision of where you're headed, a deep connection with why you want to get there, and best practice how-tos to ensure success on your journey. And that's what we want to do with our speakers. My theme for this year is empowering SoCal speakers to connect and grow. Now, a bunch of you have renewals coming up in another month or 2, and I want to encourage you to renew early. And I'm going to give you some dates I want you to write down. Some of these have been mentioned already today, but we have some phenomenal stuff coming up. July 7th at Pete Johnson's house in beautiful Laguna Niguel. It's an amazing property, a wonderful pool, a master event, and summer barbecue. It's about 2 miles from my home. That should be an outstanding event. You've got the convention on the 14th and 17th, Accelerate 2012 in Indianapolis. On August 11th, we have Scott McCain scheduled. And if you know Scott, you know it's going to be high quality. And if you don't know Scott, you would be missing something truly priceless if you don't make it to that meeting. And on September 8th, we've got another Hall of Fame speaker in Tom Winninger, former NSA past president, scheduled as well. That is very, very exciting. Ron, this has been excellent. It's an honor for you to be part of our inductions. You live in Virginia, and I don't know if you ever heard, but do you know why Virginia doesn't have a NFL team? Well, if Virginia had an a real football team, an NFL team, then Washington would want one too. Sorry. I tried to take notes on your humor, but obviously, you know. Jim Cathcart, I know I've said this to you, but I believe it dearly, that it would take 100 speakers, 100 years to contribute to NSA and this chapter to the degree you have over the years. Thank you very much for your service. I'm absolutely thrilled that you will continue on this board. Thank you, sir. This is your chapter. please send recommendations for venues, for speakers. Did you guys like today? Was Commerce Hotel? Did you have? Yes? Okay. That's all I have to say. I think it's going to be an exciting year. I hope to see you at each and every meeting, and please stay connected with those around you and with your chapter. Thank you, Jim.
Congratulations, Mr. President. Kevin Graham. Yeah, one more comment, please. As you're wrapping up, please take some time to give us feedback on these evaluation forms. We'd really appreciate that. I really appreciate the participation today. And the turnout, excellent. And hey, to have 35 people still in the room for the installation officers, I think we've done something. Man, that's going somewhere. Thank you very much. Thank you again, Dave, for handling our AV.